They looked like the perfect royal couple, a real-life fairy tale. The charming Prince Edward and the graceful Danish princess Alexandra, young, elegant, and the very picture of Britain's future. But behind the majestic doors of the palace, their marriage was anything but perfect. From the moment Alexandra arrived in England, the people adored her. Her beauty, her kindness, her impeccable fashion sense, they loved her more than any royal since the young Queen Victoria herself. Crowds would wait for hours just to catch a glimpse of her smile. The newspapers called her the angel of the monarchy, but Edward was not like her. He was restless, impulsive, and craved excitement more than duty. And long before he became king, he was notorious for one thing: his affairs. Beautiful actresses, daring socialites, and married aristocrats whispered his name in candlelit rooms. Everyone in the palace knew, everyone, except they assumed Alexandra. But she knew. She always knew. The first woman to threaten her marriage was a young Irish actress named Nellie Clifton. Their affair nearly caused Queen Victoria to faint from shock. She was furious. Not at her son Edward, but at Alexandra for failing to control him, even though Alexandra had been given no warning about the kind of man she was marrying. Still, she didn't scream or make demands. She stood with quiet dignity, even as humiliation cut her like a hidden blade. Then came the second woman, Lily Langtry, the famous beauty with violet eyes and a smile that captivated all of London. Edward flaunted their relationship openly, taking her to parties while Alexandra stayed home, raising their children and preserving the dignity of the crown. The whispers started. Poor Alexandra, but she refused to be pitied. She hosted grand events, dressed spectacularly, and carried herself with the quiet strength of someone who would not let heartbreak destroy her. While the king's affairs became London gossip, she remained the most beloved woman in Britain. But the real threat arrived later, in the form of Alice Keppel, Edward's final and most influential mistress. Unlike the others, Alice wasn't reckless. She was charming, diplomatic, and fiercely intelligent. She knew how to soothe Edward's famous temper and make him feel utterly adored. It was said that the king listened to Alice more than he did his own ministers, that she wielded more influence than any queen ever dared. And through it all, Alexandra remained silent. But silence is not weakness. Sometimes it's a strategy. Alexandra observed Alice, not with hatred, but with cold, calculating precision. She knew a public fight would only humiliate herself and damage the monarchy. So, instead, she focused on winning the one thing none of Edward's mistresses could ever claim: the hearts of the British people. While Edward chased fleeting passions, Alexandra became a symbol of stability. While he created scandals, she brought grace. While he sought excitement in other women's arms, she founded charities, supported hospitals, and stood by her children. By the time Edward finally ascended the throne, the world saw Alexandra as the true jewel of the monarchy. But Even the clever Alice Keppel understood this. When she visited the palace, she would curtsy so deeply before Alexandra that the message was clear. Alexandra was queen. She was the wife. She was the one who would be remembered by history. King Edward died in 1910. His final moments were chaotic, but as family and doctors rushed about, Alice Keppel was brought to the king's bedside. Alexandra was there too, calm and unshaken. When Edward took his last breath, it said that Alice collapsed in a dramatic faint. Alexandra did not. She simply turned to the doctors and said with quiet finality, "Please remove that woman." It wasn't a cry of anger. It was closure. Alice was escorted from the palace and banned from ever returning. Her era was over. The whispers, the scandals, the heartbreak, it all died with the king. Alexandra lived on for another 15 years, free, respected, and beloved. In the end, history crowned her the winner of a battle she never chose, but fought with a strength no one saw coming. Because sometimes the most powerful queen isn't the one who shouts, but the one who endures. If you enjoyed this story of Queen Alexandra's hidden strength, make sure to like this video and comment your favorite topic you want me to cover next. Your support helps bring these forgotten royal stories back to life.